I've heard that Christ was not actually born on December 25th.
Ooh, I'm so glad you brought this up. Do you mind if I say something about that?
Yeah, I was hoping you would, actually. That's why I commented on it.
Hey, that's how this works. So, two things. One, serious Christians don't care, right? Like when he was born, because that's not the point. The point is that he was born. But I've always been under the assumption that it was just an arbitrary day that was picked, either because it was near the solstice or because whatever. We need the light when it's the darkest, and all those reasons that all cultures have those celebrations, those festivals of light. But interestingly, if the annunciation to Zechariah of the coming of his son, John the Baptist, if that occurred during Yom Kippur, then if you do the math, it would make sense that John was born at the end of June, and that Jesus was born at the end of December. Now, Yom Kippur, we don't know if it was Yom Kippur, but we know that Zechariah was in the temple performing certain rites.
Yeah.
And the language in Luke indicates that it may have been one of the holidays where only the priests go in and the public is outside, worshiping outside of the innermost areas.
Yeah.
And so there are some people who think that, yeah, it was Yom Kippur. It seems to track. And then it also turns out that the early church, by the 120s AD, was celebrating Christ's nativity. I don't know if they celebrated it in December,
right,
but they made a point of saying, yeah. So if the early church in the apostolic age was within more or less the living memory of these events, who knows? It very well could have been in December. So on the one hand, I like to push back at people who are like, it's not really in December. But then also, I don't want to push back because I don't really care. But I think it's interesting that it may have been, and I think it doesn't matter if it was or wasn't.